You know, I moved to this side of town and she abandoned me. Totally abandoned me. So, this was horrible. You know, it it's for those of you who like Bourgeot, however you say her name, and The Hobbit, and maybe even McCarthy or any others of those fantasy authors. I think this is going to be a trilogy. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to it. But it's one of those travel books. Like, we start here, this is the situation, and we've got to get over here. And this book is the journey from part A to part B. And then we get to part B, and it's a cliffhanger, and there's no resolution, and it just sucks. All right, let's do this first. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, K-R-S-T-I-N-A. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy stuff going on here. And for those of you that are still here and want to know why I didn't like this book so much, give me a second. For any of those people who are still here, which according to my analytics, you are not. But Selena, guess what? You know all those books I get, and I tell you I donate them? We got an award for promoting literacy. For donating all those books last year. See? And because I should put this up here. And because I am of the photographer, unofficial, no one took a picture of me with my award. So, anyways, do you know that if she had written this Crown, where is it? Crown of War and Shadow book first, I never would have read these. This is so unlike her wheelhouse. Massively unlike her wheelhouse. It's something that I don't read. It's not my wheelhouse. It's 100% not my wheelhouse. Even back in the day, it's still not my wheelhouse. So, these are my issuing notes. This is J.R. Ward's book 1, supposedly, of The Crown of War and Shadows. And, let me just, we'll go through this a little bit. What did I do with those, other notes? I thought I printed the whole thing out. Alright, so Sorrel is your lead person, and Merc is your love interest, and I will tell you honestly that I confused Merc with Julian 100% of the time, especially for the first 20 chapters. Honest engine. I thought it was one of those. I don't know what I thought, actually. I was too busy. So, anyways, these are. Where is it? Notes. I am having a really hard time with this book. It doesn't make much sense to me. I'm not a fantasy fairy type person. This is so very different from anything else J.R. Ward has written. If it was any other author, I'd have closed it up after chapter 3 and moved on to another book. By chapter 10, I'm so very much over this book. I'm so not following it all and wonder how the hell I'm going to read the next 400 pages because the book was over 400 pages. Question, is it a requirement to have is it a requirement of fantasy books today Well, actually, it probably happened in Karen Marie Moning's books too. But those books made a little more sense to me. They were fantasy, but they weren't that much fantasy. It wasn't until I got into the much later parts of the book that it went more fantasy. But in the beginning, it was half and half. So why do they give these people so, like, unpronounceable names? You can read them just fine. You know that this group of letters means this person, and that it's a name for that person. But if you were trying to say that out loud, I bet you couldn't. I bet you couldn't. So, is it a requirement for characters to have names that we just can't pronounce? I seriously wanted to throw this book away after chapter 13. I checked with Goodreads, and there was a large percentage of 4 stars. And then there was a semi percentage of 3 stars. For 3 stars. So I added them all up. Literally, approximately 1/3 of people gave it 4 stars. Another approximately 1/3 of people gave it 3 stars. And all the rest of those people added up was another 1/3 that gave it less than 3 stars. And I agree with those people who gave it less than 3 stars. And I had to read some of the comments on Goodreads. And I saw this too. The guy says one guy he wants to help her because he needs her to rescue his betrothed. The other guy wants to rescue her because he wants sex. I will literally take a night in bed with you if I do this for you. Because he believes she's a sex worker because she works in the tavern. But no, she never did any of that stuff in the tavern. She just did the cleaning and the sweeping and the other stuff that the guy made her do. It's just. All right. Let's just go. We're just gonna go through a little bit of what I did because and that's one of my things. You can finish that sentence any which way you want. It was just good. It was just horrible, just good. It was delightful. It was just anything you want to say. So she's working in this bar. The guy is treating her horribly. She heals some people in the neighborhood. They don't trust her. They don't like her because she's healing people in the neighborhood. So she's the enemy because she has powers. She must be evil. But the guy still hoards her and takes care of her. But he still treats her horribly. Even though she's healing people and saving people. The Book of Time provides us with the story of the Greek containment. How after the Dark King gathered up and perverted the natural magic of the continent and used it to subjugate the populations of all the compass points to Savior, came and rescued our ancestors from tortured tyranny. Working in secret, she extracted the tiny quantums of energy still left in the landscape. Then she seduced an evil overlord into a fissure into the ground and created the swelling force. The field imprisoned him and his army of demons. She sees the farrier of death. Then he catches her and says that his barn is dying and he needs her help. Huh? Who? What? I didn't get it. Are you back? Are you coming to stay? Cause I'm almost finished here. I'm not gonna continue. And so there's this lady she takes care of and she wants to sneak out to take care of her, but the guy that owns the bar doesn't want her to he doesn't know that and he prevents her from leaving and makes her stay longer, and she takes steps to this lady and she has to go check on this lady, and then stuff happens and the town comes after her, and she was out in the field and she killed this dragon or whatever and she brought it back to life or whatever. And the whole town wants to burn her at the stake. The entire effing town wants to burn her at the stake. I gotta go back. I gotta go check on this person. I gotta be the martyr. I gotta let them kill me if it's gonna save all these other people. What? The farrier brings me to his house. I see ribs, backs, a tattered curtain. The first thing I see are the young ones. 4 daughters. Oh, she helps this woman with the child. And she gives the woman medicine. And I'm thinking this woman wants to go. And she gives her medicine to pass, but the woman doesn't pass. So I was wrong there. And the first guy that I confused comes into the tavern. And when all this stuff happens, and he needs her help to fix his betrothed, and then the other guy wants to help her because of the sex, and then stuff happens, and her friend gets massacred. I mean, all her organs get taken out of sight, whatever. But she decides she wants to turn herself in for the greater good. She'll be the sacrifice. She's willing to sacrifice herself for the people. She doesn't want them killing all the children of all the people she helped. And the guy's like, they're not going to go kill their own people. They're going to kill you. They only want to kill you. And she goes back. She's an idiot. She's an absolute effing idiot. And what the hell with the plot twist? You want to give some angst? What kind of angst is that? Your heroine is 100% free. 100% free. But she's got to go back. She's got to go see that her people, that this lady's been, literally her organs have been tuned out. So then she's going to turn herself in. She's going to be the sacrifice. She's going to be the martyr. And the guy takes a couple pages to convince her that no, they're not going to kill their own people. You help their own people. Their own people are fine. It's you they want. It's you they're going to burn. And she goes back anyway. And he barely saves her in the first place. She's an idiot. I was sitting there screaming 6 ways to Sunday. I guess that's the point of the book. She wants you screaming 6 ways to Sunday. I don't want a stupid heroine. I don't want a complete 100%. I'm going to turn, but if you have a greater good, if she understood from the beginning that she was needed to, you can, alright, so maybe she helped, let's just hypothetically say she helped 50 people. That's a lot, but let's just say she helped 50 people here. But these were town people. These were actual town people. They're not going to, the guy tried to explain to her, they're not going to kill their town people, they're just going to kill you. Where you are destined to save an entire planet. So if you go back there and get yourself killed as a martyr, you're killing an entire planet. Is it 50 people, which they're not going to kill their own people, or an entire planet? And she's so messed up in her head. And she doesn't know all these powers she has and all this kind of stuff. And and then I'm around 22, and I'm confessing again that I got Merc and Julian confused. And this was a Kindle book. So the one thing about the Kindle book was you tap the stuff and you do a search. And then I had to read all the Merc parts and all the Julian parts separately to figure out that they were 2 different people. Because I still thought they were 2 people. I mean, 1 person. Because it was just, what the F, really? Seriously. And there was so much I don't like relationship angst. I just don't. Although I'm getting ready to read a book about a relationship, but it's more about the king and the crusade and stuff, shit like that. But the wedding, my computer, I was trying to dictate some thoughts to my computer. And I wanted to say wedding veil, VEIL. My computer kept typing, Lady of the Veil, the Valley, VALE. I had to keep going back and change it to VIEL. And then I said, screw it, doesn't matter because I'm gonna if you're saying Val to somebody, they don't know how you're spelling it. It's just, I'm sorry. The veil is hiding a curse and powers. The veil protects others from the ability to see. So she sees death. Without the veil, she can look into somebody's eyes and see when and how they're going to die. But she can't see her own, and she can't see the two guys around her or something like that because their fates are intertwined. Really? The realm is protected by a magical barrier called the Fulcrum, which is beginning to fail, and it's up to her to fix it, or go to this place to fix it. And yet she's gonna go die for those 50 people, but she's gonna destroy an entire planet! I'm telling you, I was so over this book. I was like, chapter 25, like, it's just, and I love J.L. Ward. I have all those books. I did all of them. Go back. Start with Darius. Lover, Dark Lover, Eternal Lover, Lover Avenged, Lover Enshrined, all of them. Do them all with me. And then if you have a couple dollars, go watch it on Passionflix. As far as I can tell, they're doing a good job following the books. J.L. Ward is like, you're going to follow my books. You're not going to change my books. And I think they've contracted for all, so at least, I'm not sure if it's all of them, but it's a quite a large number of books. At least the initial brothers, anyway. They've all contracted for that. But this was such at my wheelhouse. Oh, you know something else that pissed me off? I don't know if there was a separate page for it or not. I don't remember. But, maybe there was a separate page. I really wasn't paying attention. But it was a Facebook page, so maybe it was a separate page. I could be wrong. But they were yelling at people. They were saying, you can only talk about the Crown book here. You can only talk about the Crown book here. You will not talk about the Black Dagger Brotherhood book here. You will only talk about the Crown book here. And that kind of ticked me off, too. She's only talking Crown book now. She's going to have this book tour thing. You can only talk about the Crown book. You can't talk about the other. You can only talk about the Crown book. And it's so out of her wheelhouse. It's so out of my wheelhouse. It was really. I am serious. The guy's asking her about her beginnings and how she was an orphan, and she's like, I was an orphan, they took me in, and he fills in some of the stuff that she doesn't know, and it's just, I want a better heroine. I want a smarter heroine. I want a stronger heroine. I want a woman that's confident in herself, that has a good self-esteem. I don't need a heroine that has a lower self-esteem than me. My self-esteem is on the floor anyway. I don't need a heroine to think less of herself than I do. I don't want her to hide behind her cloak or her veil. They call it several different things. But she was really. Sorrel, often an ostracite, is propelled into a cross-continent quest when the Fulcrum weakens. Charged with returning the Queen's crown, she navigates hazardous lands with Merc, facing demons and undead soldiers and other supernatural threats. Her burgeoning romance with Merc grows through proximity, mutual reliance, and shared trials. Along the way, she learns her unique magical heritage, confronts her father's shared trials. Along the way, she learns her unique magical heritage, confronts Oh, I did that right. The story ends with a cliffhanger, setting the stage for the next book. Because it's a travel book. We'll start here. We got to B. The whole length of the book is the traveling. I've had other books do that. I can't stand it. I absolutely can't stand it. I'm like, get there already. Just get there already. Just screw it. Oh, and hey, don't forget to check out If Then Fridays and Star Trek Next Generation Recaps Fridays and Star Trek Voyager Recaps Fridays. One of these days I will fix those episodes of Next Generation. And every night at 7:45 on the D. Louise Book Series channel, we're talking Diana Gabaldon's Echo in the Bones, Written in My Own Heart's Blood, or Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone. And after we finish Go Tell the Bees, we'll start with Outlander. I had started with Echo. I started late in Echo because that's where the videos season 7 had ended. So I started from there. And Flashback Mondays, I could use some suggestions for that. Oh, and hey, Unboxing Sunday, where we go through the books we're going to donate and get awards for. It's a lousy piece of paper. You do all this work and you get a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper, but your chapter looks good. And there's no picture of me winning because nobody bothered. There's 8 people at my table and nobody bothered to even think about taking a picture with me. And I was so surprised that I got the award that I asked the lady, me? And she's like, she announced, yes, said my whole name. It's you. Somebody's having a trouble. She's attacking paper over there. She abandoned me over here. I moved over here for her, but no. Have a good one.